Hi, this is Frida. Welcome to my channel. Today I will be demonstrating how to knit the strawberry stitch. Berry stitch. I don't know if there are any others called, but this is how it looks like. This is one of my knit Angora rabbit shawls that I have knitted. And this is the back of the work. This is how it looks like when you knit it. And this is the front. For today I will be knitting with cotton yarn. I'm going to be making a dishcloth. You can knit anything you want with this. You can knit baby blankets. These are very popular for baby blankets. Sweaters, cardigans. I knitted a shawl I posted the pictures. And so let's get started. I have grabbed this cotton yarn from my stash to demonstrate this lovely stitch. Okay, it's just a familiar yarn that you can grab. I'm sure you have it from your stash, or you can grab it from any store. Walmart, Michael's, your local yarn store. Okay, I just wanted to mention this stitch is called Raspberry Stitch, Trinity Stitch, or Astrakhan Stitch. I don't know how to pronounce the third word, but there are so many ways names are called for this stitch, and it's a very popular and vintage stitch. It's been around for years. So today I will be demonstrating how to knit this lovely stitch, and next week I will be showing how to crochet a similar stitch. Okay, so to cast on we need multiple of 4 stitches to start the stitch. So I'm going to be casting on 40 plus. Just cast on, and then this is going to be a dishcloth, or I use it as put it on my pans or my hot dishes on it. I just love dishcloth or anything made out of cotton yarn. Okay, so continue casting on 40, I would say 3 to the edges. So 46 stitches, and I'll come back. Okay, I am going to be knitting total of 3 rows of Purl Stitch yarn on the front, or you can do knit stitch. Depends on how you do it, how you knit it, so we can create these bumps on both sides. So knit 1 row, knit another row, this is the and I'll come back to show you how to start the stitch. I ended up knitting 4 rows. It depends on how many ridges you want, how many purl stitches you want to have. You can knit as long as you want. Okay, so I ended up knitting 4 rows. Okay, so I knitted the 3 stitches yarn on the front to give that purl look, and we're going to start the stitch. So first we're going to, as if to knit, put the yarn on the front but not pull it, and then do a purl stitch but don't pull it again. So we're increasing 3 stitches on 1 stitch, increasing 2 more stitches to give that 3 stitch, and then the next following stitch is we're going to knit these 3 stitches, yarn on the front, just like this, and then we're going to increase again, because we got rid of 2 stitches, so just like this. Everyone has their own way of knitting this stitch. This is how I knit it, and I find it very easy, and I hope this tutorial will help you how to knit this stitch. It's very easy and simple. Again, to make 2 stitches, knit, yarn on the back, move the yarn to the front, purlwise, and turn it back again. So we have 3 stitches on the needle, and we're going to decrease now. So 3 stitches, we're going to knit 3 together to get rid of that 2 stitches that increased. And this is how it looks like. So again, we're going to increase, yarn on the front, just like this, yarn on the back. 3 stitches together, just like this. The needles that I am using is sock needles. I didn't want to use my circular because it makes noise, and I'm very comfortable with using short needles like this. Okay, knit, move it to the front, purl, move it to the back, knit again, knit 3 stitches together to decrease, and now we're increasing. Sorry about the yarn is not pulling down. So we're increasing, decreasing. Now we're increasing just like this. Just like this, yarn on the back. And now we're decreasing. Increasing. Decreasing. Increasing. And decreasing. I have knitted this stitch on my gloves, mittens that I have knitted, socks. You can put the stitch on. It's because it's a lacy yarn, lacy stitch. Can be used in so many different projects. Now we're increasing. And we're decreasing 3 stitches. Oops, sorry. Okay. Now we're increasing. And we're decreasing the last stitch. Okay, I'm just going to double count if I have any less stitches. So we had a total of 46 stitches. I'm just going to count 2, 20, 24, 45. Sorry about that. That took a while. Yeah, I have a total of 46 stitches. I just wanted to double count if I had less stitches. So we did the last decrease. We did the increase, decrease. Now I'm just going to knit the 3 stitches border. Okay, this is supposed to be on the wrong side. To create that stitch, we always create the stitch on the wrong side. On the right side, we just knit yarn on the front all the way to the end. There's nothing to do. So to knit the stitch, to create the stitch, we just need 2 rows. One row we make the stitch by knitting and purling, by knitting, increasing and decreasing, and on the second row we just knit purl stitch to create the purl from the front. And I'm just trying to show you the stitches are becoming. Here they are. Okay, and on the next row we're going to be changing. We're going to be moving around. So instead of decreasing, we're going to increase on that stitch. And the increase, we're going to do a decrease on the stitches that we did. So we're doing the opposite to move the yeah, when I'm knitting, I think my hand goes up and down because you don't pay attention, right? But when I'm taping, I noticed, yeah, I do move around, fortunately. That's what happens, I guess. And I'm bending over to tape. And it's very uncomfortable when I'm trying to do the tutorial. There are so many other ways. And I'm still learning how to tape. But if you have any ideas, just pop me a comment. I would really appreciate it if there's any other better ways. Okay, so I'm just going to knit these 3 stitches, the border. And then here is the increase that we did. Remember, now we're going to do is we're going to knit these 3 stitches together, just like this. So what you see is we're doing the opposite. And here, we're going to increase. Yarn on the back. We're going to do a knit 1, move it, purl 1, move it to the back again, and then knit 1. This is how it looks like. And then you can see the bumps. It's becoming. Raspberry stitch. Okay. This is one of the stitches when I was learning how to knit. This is the first stitch that I learned. A lady was showing my aunt. She's like 13 years older than me, and I was a kid, 10 years old, I guess. The lady was showing her how to knit this stitch because she was going to knit herself a sweater. I ended up learning how to knit this stitch, and I taught her. So this is one of the stitches that I love, and it's very easy, just like this. You increase on the decreases and you decrease on the increases that you see. Sorry, I went down again. Just knit the 3 stitches together, and when you see the 1 stitch, we're just gonna increase that stitch, make it 3. So make 1, make 2, and make the 3rd stitch. And on these 3 stitches, we're gonna just knit these yarn on the front, or you can knit yarn on the back. It depends on how you make these purl stitches. So make 1, make 2, then make the 3rd stitch. Move the yarn to the front, or like I said, you can do this yarn on the back. Whichever, how you feel makes it easy for you. There's so many ways to create this stitch, but it goes to the same way, right? You're decreasing, you're increasing. That's the main focus. Now we're going to increase. So make 1, move it to the front, make 2, and move it to the back, make 3. Just like this. And then knit these three stitches together. Decrease. So I'm not going to tell you to knit yarn on the back, yarn on the front. Just do it as you want to do. Increase and then decrease 3 to 1, 3 stitches to 1 stitch, just like this. Increase. I'm showing you the technique how to do it, and you can use your own way to make it. I hope this helps you. So now we're increasing, and now we're going to decrease. 2. Oops, see, I lost it, but don't worry. Just go back, just grab that stitch here, and then do an increase, the third increase. Now we're decreasing, just like this. Now we're increasing, and then 3, and now we're decreasing, and this is the, no, not the last one, because I had the 3 stitches end, right? Now we have 4, so we have to do a decrease. Just, if you're not quite sure, count your stitches. You should have so many stitches how you started. Like I started with 46 stitches, so I should have 46. I shouldn't be decreasing an extra stitch. That will just ruin the stitch, the look. It wouldn't look good. Okay, now it's very hard to see, but yeah, it's a sock yarn stitch, right? Sock yarn, huh? Here. This is how it looks. See? Can you see the raspberry stitches? Oh my goodness. Well, these look like blueberry stitches. Okay, so continue knitting like this as long as you want. I'm just going to finish my yarn. And the next stitch is just a purl stitch. Like I said, you can knit it yarn on the front or yarn on the back to give this bump look. You should give that bump look, because when we're doing the next row, we're going to pull up the stitches, so that bump gives that look, that raspberry look. And it looks very nice. See? So I'll come back again to show you how to do the next row, because we're going to repeat the first row that we did at the beginning. It's just a repeat. And the second time when you change around, you just change around where you did. So what you do is, if you see a decrease, you do an increase. When you see an increase, you do a decrease. That's all to it. And the second row is just a purl stitch, just like this. And you can see the raspberries. Oh, you can knit this, well, I'm going to go over. I'm going to make it edging so it will look way better. But if you want to make a couple of more rows, like 6 rows of purl stitch, you can do that too. And almost done. Here we go. Just like this. Just wanted to let you know that this stitch uses up lots of yarn. If you're planning to knit something for yourself, just buy a couple of extra balls of yarn, because it does uses up lots of yarn. Okay, so I'm back to create the third raspberry stitch. So 1, just knit the first 3. Okay, so I'm here, so you only see 1 stitch. That means that we're going to increase, so make 3. 2, 3. And then I see the 3 stitch, so knit all these 3 stitches together. Again, make 3. If you want to make your raspberries bigger, you can make, instead of 3, you can make 5. And I can show you how to do that too. So you go same way, you knit 1, purl 1, knit 1, and then you do purl 1 and then knit 1. Then you will have 5 stitches in your needle, just like that. So that's how you make the 5. And then you pick up the 5 stitches all at once. Then your raspberries would be bigger, way bigger. Yeah, you can do that too. So this is how you knit the raspberry stitches. It's very easy and simple, and it looks nice. So I will come back to show you the finished look. So continue knitting and I will come back. Okay, so this is how it looks like so far. I made 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, total of 6 raspberry stitches. And I just wanted to show you how it looks like. And I just love the bumps. It has the 3D look when you look at it. The backs, it is not versatile. This is how it looks like from the back. Unfortunately, I wish it was versatile, but it is not. And this is how it looks like. I hope you like this tutorial. It is a very familiar stitch. You can see this stitch on Aran sweaters too. On some of the, like they put it between the diamond stitch or the different stitches in between, they squeeze the stitch to give this nice look. I hope you like this tutorial. Share it with your family and friends, and happy knitting!